The wanted criminal Frank somehow put on a pilot's uniform and walked into the airport, surrounded by 8 gorgeous flight attendants. Everyone's eyes in the airport were drawn to the beautiful flight attendants, failing to notice the wanted American criminal Frank following right behind them. He walked right through like this. Frank paid someone $100 to impersonate him, successfully luring Carl and the police away. When Carl saw the sign, he realized he had been tricked by Frank again, but by then, it was already too late. Frank was already on a flight headed to Europe. Sometime later, the counterfeit checks made by Frank started appearing all over the world. The police only realized at this point because these fake checks were crafted so convincingly that even banks couldn't distinguish their authenticity. This meant his checks could no longer be called forgeries, because they were essentially the real thing. He had mastered the entire check manufacturing process. Carl took Frank's check to the bank, hoping to find clues from the craftsmanship of the check. After some deliberation, he set his sights on France, as only France possessed such advanced printing technology. Frank's mother had once mentioned that she met her husband in a small French village called Mesa. If Frank fled overseas, he would certainly go somewhere familiar. To avoid startling Frank, Carl went to Mesa alone on Christmas Eve. Sure enough, he found Frank in a printing factory. The current Frank was almost mad, printing money non-stop around the clock. He didn't even dare to stop, because the moment he stopped, the feeling of loneliness would engulf him. Frank had no way to return to his hometown, nor could he see his relatives and parents. Now his only friend was the police officer Carl, who had come to arrest him. Frank wanted to escape, but Carl said the printing factory was surrounded by police. If Frank didn't walk out handcuffed together with him, the punishment would be extremely heavy. Frank didn't believe him, thinking it was just the two of them there. Due to copyright issues, I can only share the story up to here. If you're interested, you can check out the original movie called Catch Me If You Can.